Alright, let's do some surface area of pyramids and cones. So I got a pyramid there. And we're going to find the lateral and total surface area of that pyramid. And so we'll start with lateral. Lateral surface area. Oh, forgot my L. Lateral. Surface area is 1/2 the perimeter times the L, which is the lateral height. So to do the lateral height, we need this line right there. So if you notice, what I just created was a right triangle. And since this side is 6, that means this side right here is 3. So I have a 3, 8, and I got to find the L, because this is our L there. So I'll just put that into the Pythagorean theorem. Do the square root of 8 squared plus 3 squared to get a lateral surface or lateral length of about, the actual answer would be square root of 73. I'm going to leave it as that for right now. So I got 1/2 times our perimeter. I got 6, 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. So 1/2 of 24 times the square root of 73. Half of 24 is 12 times the square root of 73. Choose my calculator. And do square root of 73 times 12. And you get 12 square roots of 73, and we'll just round that answer. So my lateral surface area is going to be about 102 5/10. And that's centimeters squared. Alright, so for total, we're going to do area of the base plus our lateral. And we already know our lateral is 102 5/10. And so area of our base, well, it's a square pyramid, so that's just 6 squared plus the 102 5/10. So 6 squared is 36 plus the 102 5/10. So that'd be 138 5/10. And what was that? Centimeters squared. So that's our total surface area. Alright, now we got a pentagonal pyramid. So lateral is still 1/2 the perimeter times the lateral height. And this time I gave you the lateral height, so we can just start working. So we got 1/2, and this is just a regular pentagonal pyramid, so all our sides are 8, so it's going to be 8 times 5, which is 40, times our lateral height, which is 12. Half of 40 is 20, times 12, and 20 times 12 is going to give us 240, and that's inches. So that's 240 inches squared. Alright, now to do the total, we're going to do area of the base plus our lateral there. So our lateral we already know is 240 plus the area of our base. Well, we got to find the area of the pentagon, which is going to take a little bit more work here. Well, we know that we can divide this pentagon up down here into 5 equal triangles. And we can find the area of one and then times it by 5. So to find the area of one, we need to know what this pink line is there. And so if we take 360 divided by 5, we're going to get 72. And then 72 divided by 2 is 36. We know this angle there is 36 degrees. And we know this side right here is a 4. So to find that pink one, we can just use our trig function. So the tangent of 36 equals, tangent equals opposite over adjacent. So our opposite is 4 over our adjacent there, so we'll just call that A. So we're going to do times by A and then divide by tangent of 36. So it's 4 divided by the tangent of 36. And we'll just round that answer to about 5 5/10. So now we can do our triangle there. So that would be 1/2 our base, which is 8, times our A there, which is 5 5/10. That's going to give us the area of 1, and then we're going to multiply that by 5. Sometimes you'll see this as 5/2 instead of 5 times 1/2. Same thing. Alright, so we're going to do 1/2 of 8 is 4, and then 4 times 5 5/10. We get 22 times 5, which is going to be 110. So we're going to add 110 to that 240 to get 350 inches squared. Alright, so now we're going to do surface area of a cone. So I got my cone there. And the lateral is pi times radius times our lateral. Well, I don't know my lateral because lateral is out here on the side, this green line right there. So I can just take those measurements of 10 and 50, put them in the Pythagorean theorem, and find what my lateral height is there. So I'm just going to do square root of 10 squared plus 50 squared. I'll write that out. I don't think I've wrote this out before, or recently for you. So to find that, just a simplified version of Pythagorean theorem. If you need to write out the whole Pythagorean theorem, that's fine too. But you'll end up doing 10 squared plus 50 squared and then square rooting it. Alright, so you work that out, and the actual answer is 10 square roots of 26. If we estimate that, it's going to be about 51. And so we're going to do pi times our radius, which is 50, times our lateral height of about 51. So we're going to do 50 times 51 and get 2,550 pi. And that's centimeters squared. And we're just going to leave it in terms of pi. If you need to go one more step, you could do 2550 times the 3.14. Alright, so for total, we're just going to add in the area of the base. So we know the lateral is 2,550 plus the area of our base. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So we're going to do radius squared, which is 50 squared. And to get 2,500 pi, oops, I forgot my pi on the 2550. So 2,500 pi plus the 2,550 pi is going to give us 5,050 pi, what was it, centimeters squared. My C got isn't improving there. There we go. Centimeters squared. So that's our total surface area. And then obviously if you needed to find, what your radius is and you're given the total, you would just work backwards from there.